Va salute, this is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Friday night's here, the gang's all set. Time for the Waltons, the best one yet. Gorilla's got takes, never too tame. Resolute germ stays true to the name. Harry's got wisdom, PvP's got fire. Mikey's got jokes that never expire. Commodore Boone with the captain's call. We break it all down, we cover it all. Lights down low, set the scene. Family stories on the screen. Laughs and debates, come on through. Friday night, Walton's crew. Row and read the time to be. Connor with the boy, then front to be. Pennings is Wolverine about to play. Urban Gang lonely Wilson's play. Take a one more, we can't just risk. Ready the lights, body it says. That kid's cast never wear the old. The back and the smoothie always there. All the calm, this raw poor has. Friday's like schmally gusting vest. Lights down low, set the scene. Family stories on the screen. Laughs and debate, come on through. Friday night, Walton's crew.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to another Waltons review, where tonight we're reviewing Season 4, Episode 20, The Test, where Barry Allen ended up taking a pregnancy test, and John and Olivia find it in the bathroom there. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little bit more profound than that.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
You
got me good the other day with that joke.
And that's just about as good though today. Dave, my boss told me I was evil today.
Well, you are evil. We all know that.
Well, I had half the crew thinking that the entire crew was getting written up for something.
Oh no. Well, that is a bit. That is a bit evil, Gorilla. Come on.
Yeah.
You must be a joy.
Yeah, well, a couple of the guys got pulled into HR to go sign some paperwork, and a couple of the guys are asking what's going on, and I just told them, "Oh, the entire crew's getting written up for fucking something. I don't know what it is yet."
Oh, God.
So everybody is thinking the entire crew was getting written up.
Oh my!
But I did get the award for. But though I do have the award at work for being the dirtiest fucker in the place, though. And she goes, "What's that?" The HR gal asked my supervisor, "What's that?" He goes, "I can't even repeat some of the stuff he said because then you'll get me on sexual harassment." And she's like, "Oh." But how are you guys doing tonight?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Gorilla?
Yeah, doing okay.
Oh, I'm having a fantastic day, especially since here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Aww.
Should we go ahead and say hey to Scurvy here? He's actually on time for once. Welcome, Scurvy.
Welcome, Sir Lemon.
Hey, Lemon.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey, for kicks." So we'll go ahead and start with our prologue there. There was one daily reality in our life on Walton's Mountain, and that was the depression and our constant and continuing need for money. I count it remarkable that we and others like us were not totally defeated by hard times. The credit for that, of course, must go to our parents and their unique strengths that were tested almost daily. Hey, it sounds familiar, doesn't it? The constant need for money.
Yeah, it's almost getting like the 1930s again, and I bet it's going to get a lot more like that with the government we got here right now. Yeah, definitely.
I guarantee that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of those chairs? The designs in the back of those chairs, it kind of looks cool, but yet it almost looks like someone didn't varnish them right.
That's how they all look. That's how a rocking chair is supposed to look.
On the back here with the design.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely look like the 1930s type of rockers that were probably common back then. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of those, but it was a hotel, right? So some of them were used in the dining hall. Is that right, Jern? Some of them were used in there.
Dining hall? Oh,
Yeah,
Not the dining hall. I would say, depending on the size of the hotel, it'd be out on the porch or in the sitting room.
Yeah.
Or the parlor. The parlor.
I
The
wouldn't.
parlor, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in a rocking chair when I'm trying to eat my soup at lunch.
Oh, come on! You wouldn't even have to move your arm. You just rock towards it.
Yeah,
Sit
yeah.
it and then go back.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And hey, sit there. And how's it going?
Hey,
Dan.
sit down. Welcome.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm very impressed. Anybody that can actually build a chair like that with their hands has got some real skills. I gotta say.
Well,
Yeah.
John has more talent than what's his face, Martin in The Patriot for building rockets.
Well, I mean the whole family, though. I mean, Grandpa and what's it, Ben here? I'm thinking.
I
Is that Ben?
guarantee you,
Jim Bob.
I guarantee you, Ben and John, or not Ben and John, Grandpa and John built the rockers, and all the kids did was varnish them.
Yeah.
it could be. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So there's this here. I'm just gonna play a slight snippet from it.
You've all done a real good job, and I'm proud of you. We met our obligations, and that should be satisfying. Maybe the best pay you ever get. These days, just having work to do can be a blessing.
Yeah, and that's real nice of John to say that.
Yeah,
There you go.
until he finds out what happens. Yeah, exactly.
Just like, Jethro, good breaking the monitor.
Father's obliged to talk to his sons like that now and again. Some kind of law.
I love that little joke.
Some kind of law.
Yeah, and I may end up with a broken monitor here because the cat keeps chasing the pointer on the screen.
Your cat is chasing the
Is
mouse.
he high or something?
You've been feeding
No,
catnip
I
again, girl.
No, I don't even have any catnip. I should probably go get some.
Why don't you
get some
Did you
catnip?
perhaps give him one of your Coors Light?
Why don't
Yeah.
you
Hey,
Why-
I don't
why-
drink Coors.
why don't you just grab the little sucker and stick him in the other room and lock him in there? Like,
I'm tempted.
yeah, well, it
I
might
think he
might
should.
go easier if you did.
Come on, you fat ass.
He's
Jesus
not
Christ.
talking to himself, people. He's talking to the cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a hernia from this damn thing. It's like,
And
It must be a
Sif
fat
Dan,
cat.
yeah, did you see what Sif Dan said? He
No.
said they know how to polish chairs just like you know how to polish Germ's head. What are you saying, Dan?
What? Dan,
Hey.
I don't know what the hell your comments mean half the time lately.
I would have. Now he's making a bald joke at Germ. I would have gone for the good old fashioned polishing your knob, but
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
yeah, since the dicks they're coming in hot. So
Yeah, Dan's flying in low like an X-wing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're there cleaning the bunkhouse for some reason, even though no one stays in there. Blah blah blah. I like this here.
You got any this afternoon?
What would you say if I told you I was going to go over to Martha Langley's house? You were going to go through all the wonderful things in her attic? She's going to tell me every single thing she's thought of done since I saw her last. I'm going to tell her every single thing that I've thought of done since I saw her last.
Dave?
Sounds like a boring. We sounds like they're tired of talking like that. You know.
I thought she would say something like, "Come on, John, let's go do the bad thing upstairs."
Well, okay. I wasn't sure. Like, had her friend moved back into the area, or was she just like making this up kind of thing? Like, just telling John
It sounds like it's a weekly ritual. They go visit each other. They talk about this. They talk about that. You know.
Yeah, but
Blah, blah, blah.
didn't she say the friend moved away when she was 14 or something? If this later in this scene.
Yeah, she doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
She's just complaining that she doesn't have any friends outside of grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And maybe
Well, there's always Corbett. She goes, there's a Corbett from this country.
You've seen Cora Beth? Ike doesn't even want to spend time with her.
Okay, now I'm convinced Gorilla's on the catnip to go see Cora Beth. Like, seriously.
Hey, I haven't gotten into the gummies yet.
I would never want to go and visit Cora Beth. I'm sorry.
No, she'd be the last person I'd go visit in that.
Yeah, because she would talk your ear off with mindless gossip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no different than the guys up at the gas station drinking coffee.
Yeah, but guys don't generally gossip as much as Cora Beth.
Yeah. So,
they probably talk about baseball.
Or stop and gather some wildflowers. Or maybe even bake a layer cake and eat it while it was still warm. Talk and talk and laugh and laugh. What would you say if I told you that?
yeah.
I'd say who's Martin Langley?
Yeah.
She was a close friend. She moved to Waynesville, Georgia when she was 14 years old. That was one of the nicest things about her.
Where she put it? She moved to Georgia when she was 14. It was the nicest thing about her. So she's glad she moved away.
Yeah, that was badly phrased. I got to say, the writer kind of slipped up there.
A little bit.
Yeah. The best part about you is when you move the fuck away, you got the fuck out of here. Got the fuck.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Gorilla. Oh, no. The cat.
Did the cat destroy you, Gorilla?
The cat's taking out
no. Damn cat.
This is why you get dogs, people. A dog is nice. A dog is calm. A dog does not think that the freaking pointer on your freaking computer screen is a mouse.
Yeah, but that's not a good reason to continuously choose dogs over cats. Come on. There's got to be other things besides that one thing.
There are hundreds and hundreds of reasons to choose a dog over a cat.
Okay.
Dogs are nice, kind, loving.
Shit, now he's totally gone. Well, this reminds me. My internet went out like about 2 hours after the birthday stream last night, Mikey.
Yeah.
It went out, and when I got up this morning, it was still out. And so I called the cable company, and their service is horrible. It took me like an hour to get somebody on the phone. And finally, the guy was great. Like, the technician walked me through how to get the modem reactivated, because I guess the modem had conked out for some reason, because I told him there was an outage for like a minute, and then it came back on for like 10 minutes, and then it went out, and it was gone. I was offline for like 15 hours, right? It was serious. So he walked me through the steps, and after about 30 minutes on the phone with the guy, I had the internet up and running again here, thank goodness. But it was very weird, because I just got the new modem like a year ago, and it's supposed to be reliable, and that's the only major issue I've had in the last year with it. So
oh boy, sit down.
yeah, but it sucks bad when your internet goes out. That's for damn sure. But I gotta say, their customer service is horrible. as far as picking up the phone, because it's ridiculous to have to wait that long listening to the same damn pre-recorded music and crappy messages over and over and over and over again. So you want to vomit, it's just ridiculous. But finally, when I got through, the guy was great help. He was excellent, but they need to hire more people to answer the damn phones, because, if I get behind in my electric bill, I phone the Fortis, electric company, which is our local power company here. I pretty much always get a person on within like 2 minutes, like 2 minutes, sometimes like a 1 minute. Like, it's really fast and it's great service. They have great service and it's quick. Whereas the bloody internet here, the Rogers company, they suck as far as the phone times go. So I hope Girl is going to.
That's because we don't use Rogers anymore. We stopped using Rogers.
Who do you use?
To us.
Who do you use?
Who is the company we use now for our internet? Is it Virgin or Mobile, or who is it for our internet? Is it Virgin or Lucky Mobile? Well, I know that we use Lucky Mobile. We use both Lucky and Virgin Mobile. Lucky for our phone, and then we use Virgin, I believe, for our internet. So
see, I don't think we have. We've only got two major companies out west here, and one is Rogers. Used to be Shaw Cable until a couple years ago, and then Rogers bought them out.
Yeah.
So there's Rogers, and then there's TELUS. I don't think there's much difference. I've never used TELUS, but I don't think there's probably much difference in the quality. But the thing is, I know Rogers, once I get somebody on the phone, they've always been very helpful, right? So they give good service that way. It's just it takes forever to get somebody to pick up the damn receiver. So I'm just not planning on switching anytime soon. And I'm locked into a 2-year plan anyway, probably for another year or so, because I get like a $95 discount every month off of what other people would be paying. So
Gorilla just said that his computer completely crashed.
No shit.
Oh crap.
Is that
Jordan, are you going to be able to help him maybe with this?
Is that after the cat knocked it off of your desk, Gorilla?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Reboot.
Usually that takes them about 5 minutes or so to get that cleared up.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. All right.
I got nothing more interesting to do at the moment, so I'll just hang out here for a while and see what happens.
Well, while we're here, just to let you know, the other lady, I already told you about Abby Dalton, but the other lady, Mary Earle, she passed away in 1984. She was 95 years old. She got started really late. They said, Judy Norton said she got started pretty late in life acting, but she was on the Waltons for 15 episodes as Maude Gordonley. She also did the Bob Newhart show for 3 episodes. She was in a movie called Crazy Mama. She played Bertha in 75. And then in 1980, she was Mrs. Malouk in a movie called Fatso.
She also did a lot of All in the Family episodes in the 70s, Mikey.
She did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a very prolific. Like, that old lady showed up. It seemed like she was every bloody place for a number of years there. You know, like, especially in the 70s. I remember popping up all the time, like on Bob Newhart, like you said, All in the Family, probably other episodes of other shows as well. And
I saw her, according to this, I saw her on a lot of these shows. Like, for example, do you remember a TV series called The Powers of Matthew Starr?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, okay. Well, she did one episode. Mary Earle did one episode as Grandma in that series.
Well, that makes sense.
She was also on The Love Boat as Mrs. Smithers.
Oh, God.
You know, of course, playing a lot of elderly, ladies. I mean, in the series Alice, with the lady we just lost, was it Polly or was it the other one? Laven, I think it was Laven was the one we lost. But in that one, she was Grandma Sharples in an episode.
Well, it makes sense. She's basically going to play grannies because she pretty much was one at that point, right? So.
Exactly. Oh, and she was in WKRP in Cincinnati for one episode as Mrs. Butterworth.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, she was all over the TV for a number of years there.
Yeah.
She might have started late, but she had a pretty busy career, I would say, popping up everywhere.
Yeah, she was pretty busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was born in 1889. So,
wow.
95 years. Yeah, she had a long life.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell happened. I just lost all monitors.
Wow.
You might want to adjust your camera angle there, Gorilla.
Well,
I really can't see you in this angle.
What the hell are we looking at, Gorilla? Your camera's all wonked out.
Yeah, you're upside down. You're looking upside down. I don't want to see your junk. What are you doing? You nutbag. Okay, there you are.
There we go.
I don't know. All right. So, anyhow, we were saying something about she phrased that wrong. Where the best part of her was getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was 14.
Georgia when she was 14.
No, that we were the same age. Gonna have a friend. It's nice to have one that's the same age. I could use one now. Somebody I'm not older than or younger than or related to.
You've been.
There's plenty of people.
Yeah.
Miss Hunter. Corbett.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. No.
She's a good deal older than Miss Hunter.
Yeah, I guess I have.
She's a good 10 years older than Miss Hunter, and Cora Beth, well, as Cora Beth.
Yeah. And here you go. This is the part
nobody wants to be around Cora Beth.
Yeah, here's this.
How would you like to take a ride with me into town to the bank? I'm not Martha Langley, but I'm a lot of fun.
John wanted to stop on the side of the road for a quickie there. I'll tell you what.
Well, he's going to make a detour when they return from the bank up to the red oak tree, right?
You guys are already thinking boom chicka wow wow. Boy, yeah, I can read you guys like a book.
Did you see the smirk and the glimmer in his eyes?
Well, I see the glimmer in his eyes. You don't think she has the same glimmer?
I think she's kind of getting the message of what he really is thinking, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, you can already see. You can already tell Zebulon Walton Jr. is swimming in his ball sack there.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I think Olivia's probably well aware of how much fun John is with. They got 7 frickin' kids. Come on.
Wow.
Well, at that rate, I wouldn't trust him to pull out of the driveway.
Okay, now you put a terrible image in my head now, Gorilla, of them doing it on the driveway. Oh man!
Oh, stop!
Oh, it's not that bad until the neighbors start complaining.
What, the cows, the chickens, and everybody else?
Hey, where are we at on chats here? Let's see. I know all two.
We are pretty much all caught up in chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we? Okay.
Yeah, we're because you said your computer crashed and then
except for this one here. Everyone is relative since it depends on how generation distance they are. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So blah blah blah. He's trying to get her. So Grandpa built an extra rocker here, so they're gonna go have Grandma test it out.
Come on, let's see. Not fixed to give way.
Grandma, we wouldn't do something like that. Just sit in here. We want you to try it out for comfort. Put your hands.
I think she'll be pranked. Oh man, I love it.
Do you really think they would do that to poor Grandma?
John Boy certainly wouldn't do that.
He certainly would not.
Grandma's got a very.
Deb, on the other hand.
Yeah.
She's got
come on, Jern. They would not. No, not the grandma. That would be wrong. You can't
She's got
do
a
that.
suspicious mind.
She sure does. She's paranoid.
Don't you? Baby. It's loose. Yeah, that's not. We'll get some food.
Was he just humming?
Grandma's rocking that awfully hard there.
Fine. Gooder rockers I ever sat.
You see? It doesn't need any padding at all. See, Grandpa felt it needed a cushion or something. I didn't think so.
Could use a little padding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Grandma's rocking that awfully hard,
Oh, Grandpa's got a good line coming up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Why do you think? But I had to pause it because Warner Bros. Is a bunch of jackasses.
Yeah, they'll probably screw you over again anyway, Gorilla. Oh well.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Esther isn't too well developed in that department. But elsewhere.
That's a great line.
I would have
bastard.
said that. I would have gotten smacked. I would have gotten smacked for that one.
God, Grandpa, I ought to push you over. And
he's basically saying Grandma's got a flat ass, right? Basically.
Well, he says that she's not too well endowed. Come on, I mean,
in that department.
What does that say?
Yeah. Then what's her face here? Maud. She comes
Gormley.
over and
Maud
she wants to see
Gormley,
him.
yeah. Mary Earl, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
she comes over. She wants to keep Myrtle away. She likes the rocker, so they're gonna just give her the rocker. There.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And she wants to keep Myrtle away from her. Blah 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 blah. Then Zeb loves the Myrtle because all the enjoyment. Comes over. Oh, there.
John.
Oh God, here's Ed Knightley's bad
John.
news.
What's wrong, Ed? Hotel cancel the order. Just like that. This morning. What are you talking about, Ed? The order's ready to be delivered. Boiler blew up on him in the night. Ruined the basement, half the first floor.
That's the kind of thing back then, wasn't it? The boiler's blowing up.
Well, boiler rooms back then weren't completely secure, and they weren't properly maintained. And I knew this because there was a few hotels, just like the one he's talking about in Chicago, which had implosions like that because of a bad boiler back in the 30s.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is where you have it written in contract, though. You have a written contract where they order it, they must take. And if the order is complete like this, then they have to take it. It's a little too late to be backing out of the damn order now.
Yeah, well, that's kind of that bummed me out too, because you're supposed to honor the agreement. So,
well, that's what I thought. I mean, if John's got a written contract, he could probably, maybe he couldn't afford to sue them, though. Would be the whole point, I guess. But
that and there is no customer anymore. The hotel's out of business.
Well,
Right.
they're basically,
there's.
They got to spend the money repairing the boiler, is what I took from this scene.
Yeah, but still, there's no written contract, so they can back out of it at any time.
Bastards.
And it took their capital.
Oh boy,
that's really bad news. Grandma knows what's wrong.
Grandma's going, I'm getting the shotgun.
They can't pay me.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I can't pay you.
Can you take part of the order?
No money, John. I got to go back and tell the carpet mill people same thing now. No money.
All right, Ed, thanks for coming out.
Man.
John's being way too nice on this. But what John should have done is just grab up all those chairs and offer them to Ike for a discount. At least recoup some of his costs. Oh yeah,
yeah, but
those beautiful chairs. I'm pretty sure he could have sold them as a rocking sets there. He could have made money off of it.
Well, you know what I was thinking is he could have taken these to the shop owner back there in Rockfish, and probably could have sold them at a discount, and then he could have got the money back for could have got some money back for the for the chairs themselves.
Who do you think he's talking to right now?
Yeah, but I bet you I could have sold them. I could have taken them just because.
That's what I said. I could have used. Yeah.
Yeah, and I might have bought them at a reasonable rate there. They're just because it's John. Anybody else, you will tell them to fuck off. But I bet you
exactly. But if it's John that's
because John's done enough work around Ike's shop to justify it. He's done some wiring. He's fixed their ice chest. He's probably fixed some floorboards around there, or gave him a discount lumber and shit. I could have taken him off his hands for him.
Well, I would think. I mean, that's a plot hole for sure. Because I'm sure if he'd taken, I don't know how much spare room in the groceries, the general store Ike has to put chairs on display, but I'm sure he could have taken 2 or 3 at least, right? And even if he didn't have, I'm sure he'd have the cash. He probably would have some cash to buy them. But even if he didn't purchase them outright, he could like give the Walton family a food credit for like the next number of months, right? For like free groceries or something. So that would help them.
And hey, Tim, how's it going?
Hey, Tim, how's it going?
Hey there.
Tim?
So another thing is, why didn't he offer the Baldwin sisters 2 chairs? Because they would have bought them.
Yeah.
The Baldwin sisters would have got. Yeah,
the Baldwin sisters would have loved a couple of those chairs, I would think. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Well, Grandma could say that your grandpa always comes up short. Oh, short. All right, so it's episode 420. And welcome, Tim. We've been expecting you, Tim.
We've been expecting you.
I'm still wondering how you came up with FKHC 2005. It sounds like a hockey game or something.
Sounds like a soccer club or something to me.
Yeah. And is that a good thing or a bad thing, Scurvy? It's always good to see FKHC 2005.
It is.
All right, so she's having a dress. She's fixing the dresses doll, fixing it, blah, blah, blah. And Jabba got out of class early to take on another job or something. Jabba's always trying to fix other things, and they're just loving her dress, and they want some work done for them. They're going to pay Olivia to get the hem to dress because there's no seamstress around anymore. So blah, 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 blah. So they're going to make dresses, blah, blah, blah. It's just a bunch of women talking. So
yeah, but then they get that trunk open and all the amazing fabrics from all over the world, right? Like that was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah,
I bet you most of them are from France. Oh,
they said some were from France and Egypt and all over the world, right?
Well, the judge got around.
Yes, he certainly did, and I wonder what he was doing when he was getting around. He was probably getting something more than around, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So all we see is the door thing. How could Grandma tell that someone went into the barn and it wasn't one of the kin?
Well, I think we were looking at Grandma when Maud was walking through the doorway, and Grandma saw her, but we were looking at Grandma, if that makes any sense.
Oh, did you guys catch what his did you catch what his FKHC means? It means Fairfax Kangaroos Hockey Club.
Hockey. Okay.
I call it hockey.
You were right. You were right.
You got it right there, Gorilla.
Thank you.
Fairfax
Kangaroos. You want to fall for the dark side or call me master? Someone calling me master sounds like my Tuesdays.
I'm not.
Scurvy, I have tempted so many times to make so many jokes on that right now, but we're on YouTube and it might give me a community guideline strike.
Okay. You're the master on Tuesdays. Wow, you've got my imagination running away there. But I'm not going to say nothing because of the guidelines.
Oh my lord!
And Judge knew how to hammer a few things. The judge didn't do jack shit for physical labor.
I don't think he's talking about physical labor in the sense you're thinking.
Fireworks.
Yeah, are you really going to blame a widower for sampling the international goods?
Exactly. Yeah. How do you think he got all that great fabric? I mean, he had to give something back, right? If you know what I mean.
Yeah, he got the old 5-figure discount.
Ah.
Oh boy!
What's wrong with the 5-figure discount?
There's a sex joke there, but I'm not even going to touch that one.
Yeah, I won't even go near that
one.
I ain't going near that one.
Hey, you never heard of the 5-figure discount?
Oh, I heard of it, but I think you're thinking something different than the rest of us were.
Yeah,
the 5-figure discount is when you just grab it and don't pay for it.
I know that.
Oh, I see. That's known as the shoplifter's discount.
Yeah, the shoplifters, the thieving discount, the thieves discount.
Thieves discount.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was thinking I was thinking of something else with 5 fingers, but I'm not going to go into that.
Well, there is the 5-finger death punch, but that applies to martial arts things. So
yeah. All right, back to the episode though.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
I just caught a glimpse, but it's not one of ours.
Fetch me my musket, Esther. According to old Dominion law, anyone caught tampering with livestock is to be shot on sight.
So how come they didn't go? You know, most logical people, if someone they don't know is breaking into one of their buildings, they would grab the shotguns, and the shotguns are literally 5 steps from them.
Yeah.
Your grandpa could at least grab the shotgun.
yeah, but
Jeremy, you
but
have
I
any
didn't
point
know
on
that was a Virginian. Yeah. Well, and the other thing, can that be proven that was actual Virginian law that somebody can be shot if they're taking?
Nah,
something?
Grandpa's just putting on a show for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. It all depends on how expensive your lawyer is.
Yeah, he's basically putting on an intimidation bluster.
Yeah, and that's one of those. If you don't got a good lawyer, when you're sitting in prison, you can literally tell the prison inmates, "Lawyer, fuck me."
I want a female lawyer.
No, you do not. No, you do not. Trust me on that. You do not want one.
If the lawyer's going to fuck me, I mean, she's got to be a woman, right?
I have spent 2 weekends in jail, lost my license because a fucking female lawyer didn't do her job.
And she didn't even do you? Wow, you really got
Oh,
screwed.
she didn't even. Yeah, they fucking completely lied to me on that one there, but that's a whole different song for a different stream.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's still popping in the door. He doesn't have the musket or a gun or anything with him, so
I was waiting for the cow to just kind of like nod its head, you know. I will laugh if the cow will like nod its head towards the goat, like it did. And
yeah, see, even Tim's getting into the spirit of it.
That's Vaughn. Apparently, her son's gonna take her to live in an old folks' home, which at that point might be best. And they're sitting there arguing out. He knows what's best for her. He can't be around. Blah 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 blah. They're talking it over. Oh, so their business. Let's go outside while they talk. Well, they brought you to our house, so it's our business now. Not just being Snoopy.
Yeah.
If I hear a horse day after Grandma closes the door, I'll leave it.
Yeah, I wanted to mention
like
there was
fingerprints.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can't believe they got away with that in the Animaniacs.
Yeah. Now, when you see her walking up to the Waltons' porch, see if you can catch her line. She says something where she flubs it, and then they said she rolls her eyes, looks upward, but then they continued on with the scene anyway. So Mary Earl makes a mistake, but they kept it. They kept it in.
Yeah, but here they're talking. She pricks her, and she's gonna bleed over the pin. Blah blah. They're making the dress. Blah blah blah. Did John? Here and they're all obsessed by. And this is where they talk about the Stella woman wants Olivia to give her as much work as she can handle. Blah blah blah. So Olivia's gonna go check it out. Blah blah blah. She's happy. Oh, I know I was gonna look. We're still in 35, right? Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, we're at 30. Yeah. What, did something stop?
No. So she goes in, they talk to her. It's going to be 5 days a week. And she's like, oh my, I don't know if I can handle 5 days a week. Oh, welcome to the working world.
Yeah.
She's a pretty gal, though. I'll give her that.
Yeah, Abby Dalton? Yeah, she is nice.
I thought she was really good in the role, and I thought the character was interesting too, which is why it reflects my rating. I'll say at the end.
Yeah.
The only problem is Olivia. Well, Olivia thought she'd be sewing at home, right? And then when she says, "Oh no, you got to come and do it at the shop 5 days a week," and Olivia's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyhow, she offers her $12 a week, so it's $280 a week.
Nice.
Which
that's
pretty good
for a skilled for a skilled job. That's a little low for a skilled job, ain't it?
Yeah,
but you mean for a seamstress, yeah. Well, but if you're skilled seamstress, you should get more. Yeah.
But that's what's 4 times 280? Like my math is terrible, but that's like $1,100 a month or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So $1,100 a month in 1935, I think this still is. That's a hell of a lot of money, I would say, because I don't think most people were making $1,100 a month back in 35.
Yeah, you're very close, PvP. It's $1,120 a month.
Okay, I figured I took a rough guess, but I mean you could buy a lot of. You could probably buy a car. How much was a car back then? Like if she worked for a couple of months, she could probably buy her own car for frickin' sakes, Like seriously.
Yeah.
So that's pretty decent money. I mean, maybe she's not getting 100% what she's what her skills are worth, but she's still getting a good offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see her expression. But you can see her expression at this point. She's not worried about the job. She's worried about being away from John and the rest of the family.
Well, that's the complication, exactly.
Yeah.
She's been in the house 21 years. She's not quick to give it up.
No.
She has Stockholm syndrome, okay?
What I do like about this episode, though, is for once, Livy finally get some more background. Like we get the background about her friend that moved away to Georgia. We get a little more knowledge. Like I knew she was a good sewer and she would make the clothes for the family, but I didn't realize like her skills were so good that she could like go professional, so to speak. Obviously she can. So I like how they expanded Olivia's character, and Michael Learned actually got to, do a little more this episode. Because let's face it, most of the episodes of the Waltons, she's basically a homemaker and a baby maker, and that's pretty much all she does, right?
Yeah.
That's basically
her baby making days are well behind her at this point.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. She was a baby maker, and now she's nothing but a homemaker. And I mean, come on, she's a good actress. She should have more to do in an episode than bake pies and put dinner on the table. It's like Jesus,
Well, I did.
Hey,
I
PvP.
did like the fact. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go
ahead, PvP. Can you read this real quick?
Okay, Sittin said FKHC 2005. Maybe Freddie got fingered. Dan, I'm putting you on my list, Dan, for mentioning that god-awfully horrible film.
Oh, God, no.
That is the worst movie I ever saw. It's absolute crap.
Wait. You say that's the absolute worst movie you ever seen?
Worst movie I've ever seen. It's god-awfully bad from beginning to end. There's not 1 second of that film that's worth watching.
Okay, of all the movies we've watched so far, you say that one was the fucking worst.
Yeah,
because this is almost seeming like a challenge now. If you're if you're saying Daniel Craig wasn't worse than that, or
no, but you got to qualify that because we never watched that entire movie. We only watched.
Yeah, we never saw the entire thing.
Oh, there's a qualifier now. Now you have to see the entire fucking movie.
Well, we only saw.
Shitty, you got to turn it off.
We turned it off after like 15 minutes because everybody hated it.
We watched an hour of it.
Yeah, it is. Most
that
of the
long?
movie.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I thought we turned it off like earlier than that, but whatever. I mean that movie stunk too. But Freddie got fingered is an abomination to humanity. They should put him on the war criminals list or something for making a film that god awfully bad. It's like, God, that's painful.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, but I
All right,
just
so
hate that movie.
yeah, FKC says better yet, it's a horse sneeze after Grandpa closes the door, and that income seems unrealistic in 1930s money. $12 a week, so that's a week though. You gotta remember that's only what, $3? No, it's $2.50 $2.75 a day, $2.75. So anyhow, Mom gets
It
to
does
do things.
seem
She
low.
doesn't like it. Everything smells like Lysol. Blah blah blah. She doesn't. She asks if I bring the thing. No, and it won't fit. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
That's a boring
Maud's not impressed.
Yeah.
I don't know. House for my house.
Yeah, apparently she's talking about they're growing up there and stuff. And she wants her to come work full time. She said she'd talk over with John. John says if it's something you want to do, he's like, oh, wait a second. Come on.
It's Jenny Lee Marlowe's daughter.
That's the one. And Stella had to get Dr. Marlowe out of the house by pretending she had the measles.
Excuse me.
Yeah, John's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking talk about this. I'm out of here. Just excuse me. That tells it all.
Well, John's got to process the information.
This scene is a golden scene. I want to play it all nonstop, but Warner Bros. Is a bunch of jackasses.
I know.
And just think how many hundreds of DVDs get sold because of these streams, Gorilla.
I don't know, but FK or Warner Bros. Doesn't take that into account.
Hey, didn't you?
Warner Brothers should send you a check every week for doing this.
Yeah, I think so.
Not sure I'm going to have another one quite like it.
Why do you say that?
Well, the work isn't here at home.
Blah blah blah. This right here.
Children are all in school, and Grandma would be here when they get home.
Yeah, John's not okay with you driving around, but he's gonna let her make her own decision. Blah blah blah. She kissed. So they're sitting there talking. Blah blah blah, and she wants to take her to New York.
We're not at that point yet, Gorilla.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh. Yeah, so anyhow, they're talking, wondering what they're gonna eat and some fancy seafood. And
the thing is, everybody in the family is basically fine with this. The kids are good with it. Grandma and Grandpa are actually supportive of Olivia getting some work and helping the family out. The only stick in the mud is John at this point, and he's not being awful or anything, but he's just like, oh, I don't want this soup. I can't eat right now, Grandma.
No. What he's upset about it is his job is to make sure that he can put food on the table for his family, and Olivia's job is to make sure that the food gets cooked and the house is clean. That is their arrangement. That's been that arrangement for 20-some fucking years. Now all of a sudden he can't get work. He can't sell the wood. Make furniture for people. No one wants firewood. No one wants lumber, and he's feeling like a failure because he can't put the food on the table, and his wife has to pick up the slack. That's how he's feeling.
He doesn't. And well, the thing is, he doesn't hate Olivia for it, but it's his pride that gets in the way.
Well, basically, he's feeling emasculated by the situation that he's gotten into. And I know in his heart he understands that Livy's doing the right thing by bringing some money into the family when they badly need income, because there's nothing coming for his lumber mill right now for the next few weeks or next few months, whatever. So he knows she's doing the right thing, and I'm sure he does end up supporting her and telling her, you do what you want to do. You have your own mind. You make your decision. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And that, I think, maybe they've had that arrangement for many, many years, but he's flexible enough to look at the facts and face reality and go, that was then, this is now, this is the situation our family is in. And if my wife wants to make a few bucks, sewing dresses to keep us viable as a family, like, I can't stop her.
Yeah, exactly. So blah blah. They're talking blah blah blah. They're talking about traveling, blah blah. They're just talking like a bunch of little school girls there. They look at the grass, blah blah. John Boy wants to keep going. She's talking about going to New York now.
Right.
And she wants to take Olivia to New York. At this point, I'm starting to think that. Did anybody else start thinking at this point she's a carpet muncher trying to get Olivia's carpet?
No,
you're the only one, Gorilla.
I'm just thinking she's so. Yeah, probably. I think she's so impressed with Olivia's skills as a seamstress and dressmaker that she's like, this woman is so good. I have to move her up. Like, I have to, take full use of her skills, because she is really good at what she does, and she's really good for my business. So I can understand. I mean, it seems, at first when she's going, oh, New York, New York, I'm thinking, okay, that's getting a little bit manipulative, perhaps. Like, she's kind of, upping the stakes a little too high, perhaps, for Olivia's family life. But at the same time, I don't think she's doing it with bad intentions. I think she's actually just thinks Olivia's a great person, a very talented seamstress, and she just wants to help her out, is basically what I come away with.
Yeah. And here I thought she was just impressed with the thing there, and she wanted to cut a bunch of a little carpet there. But hey, Jim, how's it going?
Yeah.
I
honestly think that Abby's character definitely wants Olivia to succeed, and she can see that she has this seamstress ability as a hidden talent, and she wants to be able to embrace it and use it. And I definitely don't think it's done with any hidden agenda or any intentions like that.
No, I think her agenda is positive, and she's just she realizes Olivia is a great person with great skills, and she wants her to fulfill that role, right?
Yeah, but Jim, hello, welcome. And
Hey,
just
Jim.
released a trimmer malfunction. Oh, that sucks. Your trimmer broke down.
Jeez.
And all that she needs is a sewing machine to some more money to get an income for her family. Yeah. So let's keep going. So
John,
she has to talk over with John.
Doesn't John Boy?
I guess that is where.
I was just going to say, John Boy was in that scene, wasn't he? Briefly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I laughed out loud.
I
John Boy's reaction when he saw his mother was like, "Wow, never saw you looking like this before."
Yeah, John Boy told her to go for it. He told her to go for it.
Yeah, so John Boy is totally
yes.
Now, if it's going to be too much of a hardship on you,
you just put that foolishness right out of your mind.
Yeah.
We'll all pitch in. Be glad to take
care of it. Grandma.
Looks like you got your hands live.
And see, John's being supportive of her. They're all telling her, "Get the fuck out, go to New York, enjoy your time. You're getting a free trip to New York. Take it."
Right. You've been needing to get out of the house ever since you talked about your friend who got out of there when she was 14. So,
yeah. And anyhow, here she comes rolling in this fancy thing. I don't know what kind of car that is. But
probably.
I thought that hat was so freaking ugly on her. Did anybody else think that was like totally ugly? This is kind of a fugly dress too, but that hat too just makes it. She's looking like a fucking cancer patient.
I've never understood the fashion world, so I have really little opinion to offer.
Well, I don't know. What's that? Hey, Jerm, what was that high-end store that sold a burlap sack to Hillary Clinton for $1,200.
Oh God.
Oh
God.
Sounds like something Saks Fifth Avenue would do.
Saks or Macy's.
Yeah.
One of them.
Well, if it was a burlap sack, it probably would be Saks. Ha ha ha.
A burlap sack. No, Abby looks like she's wearing a flapper hat. The flappers back in the 30s did wear, where guys had chapeaus, the ladies' hats were sort of similar, but not quite.
Girl was talking about that ugly thing on her shoulder, I think, actually, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
it's an Armani coat or shirt. That it costs like $1,200. Here, let's see if I can get an actual picture of it. It looks just like a fucking burlap sack. I want to congratulate our Armani for making a burlap sack, selling a burlap sack for $1,200.
Armani, okay.
Well, these companies are always selling crap to rich idiots for huge money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. They sold that for $1,200. It looks like a fucking burlap sack.
Oh Jesus! Oh God! Wow. Okay.
$1,200 for that?
For that crap, yes.
Yeah.
That is ugly.
Oh no!
Very ugly.
12,000 here.
What?
Oh, wait.
That's what it said. It was 12,000.
Yeah.
Well, you're forgetting all the money laundering.
Yeah. Yeah, and as a speech about income equality too. That's the only reason anybody even talked about it.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but anyhow, back to the episode. It'd probably help if I share it again. About started playing it with a.
Oh boy.
So anyhow, she wants to see the family. She wants to see the mountains. So they go and introduce her to the family. Blah blah blah. And apparently, wreck this guy up in the tree,
chasing a cat. Now, how the hell?
Yeah, no, one just put it up there. None of them are fessing up to it. One will put the dog up there, fessing up.
Oh, he did tell them they put him up there. Okay, so Reckless did climb all the way up there. Yeah,
they're trying to say, "Oh, the dog chased the cat up there." No, someone put it up there. No one wants to fess up. And Grandpa's flirting with her a little bit. Blah blah blah.
I found this scene kind of the dog stuff ridiculous, and this was filler.
Yeah,
they padded it out by like 2 minutes with the dog, and it's like,
I agree.
Even if one of the big kids, how would they carry the dog up the ladder? Like, it's not realistic at all, right?
Yeah, and
so
she's amazed at that piece of wood.
They must have had a transporter or something to transport the dog up to the bloody clubhouse, because there's no way you'd get a dog up there. That was one of the weak parts.
Jim Bob was going to throw the dog out. Jim Bob was going to throw the dog out of the treehouse.
That would have been entertaining. It's like, oh, geez, now your dog's got broken legs, and we'll have to put him down.
But then Peter would be all over him.
Oh, of course.
But they can't believe that log's gonna turn into a beautiful piece of furniture. They're heading down to steal his pond. Blah blah blah. She shows up and she's pretty much told her son to fuck off. She's not living in that place, so she's coming back home. Blah blah blah. He's just gonna have to deal with it.
You missed the part, Gorilla, where when she came up to see Grandma. She flubs her line when she walked up to see her. She said, "I came to visit with Bertha instead of Myrtle." And that says that when she said that line, she can be seen rolling her eyes and looking upward in an exasperated state. But the actress continued on with the scene anyway.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's going senile, Mikey. Let's face it.
Oh well, maybe that's why they went on with it anyway.
They probably didn't want to do a reshoot because it would cost too much.
Probably. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And let's see. Let's catch up on chats while buffering. Let's $12,000 for that piece of crap. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, Tim, right?
I want to congratulate Armani for that. They sold that piece of shit for $12,000.
Well, you know what is a sad fact is the way the global elite act and piss their money away because they have so many millions or billions in their bank accounts. It's like, some idiot like Hillary spends 12 grand on a piece of shit dress while we're all trying to buy food and pay the rent every month. And it's like, then people are wondering, well, how come our economies are so fucked up? It's like, well, gee, guess who's running them?
Yeah. So anyhow, she's talking about giving Olivia the run the rockfish business, and she'll run off to New York or Richmond to start another dress shop and franchise out. Blah blah blah. And Olivia's thinking about it. She's pacing the house at night. Nothing really going on. She's just pacing the house. And
right.
Yeah,
John just tells her just do what she thinks is right.
She's just fighting in her mind. What am I going to... this is one part of the episode. You know what? I wish they'd made this a two-parter. And I wish she had gone to New York and if it was a two-part episode in the next episode. And then maybe, once she did that and came back, and then she could change her mind and basically quit, right? But it felt a bit contrived that she just did this walk around in the dark, and she's like, "Oh,
well,
I'm
she's
just gonna
pacing
go back
and thinking
to being a homemaker."
Yeah, but it felt a bit rushed.
No, she's thinking heavily of it. She's goes, do I want to do something that I'm happy to do? It could be great for the family, or do I come here and take care of the family and be the mother that I've always been?
But the
it's
thing
a tough
is,
decision for her.
she even said the kids, the only little one is Elizabeth, and the rest of the kids are getting bigger. They're all in school. They're all doing their own thing every day, and she gets home, by supper time or whatever. So it's not like she's totally abandoning the family.
Well, she's running the business. It'll be a lot later hours.
I think
she's essentially becoming general manager.
Right.
Yeah, but I just thought that it seemed a bit abrupt. It was like, okay, we're running out of time in the episode, and we got to wrap this thing up like on prom night, right? And I just found the last part a little bit disappointing because I did think there was more to the storyline here that they could have explored. I really would have liked to seen a part 2 where they actually took Olivia to New York. I mean, I don't know, maybe they couldn't afford to do that, but it would have been fun to see her in New York on a shopping spree, with her boss. And, and then they could have explored all kinds of issues in another episode.
Look at how John looks from lack of sleep.
That's what you get when your wife is having a crisis of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this episode a lot, but I just think there was more. There could have been more story here.
I agree. They could have explored it a little bit more. I think it was.
I would have
too
loved
neatly packaged into a nice bow.
Well, they wrapped it up. I found that the way they wrapped it up towards the end was unsatisfying when I watched it.
Sure. Same
I just think they should have done a 2-parter because I think this story was complex enough. Because let's face it, I mean, as much as I love the character of Livy, she's pretty one-dimensional in most episodes, right? And it was nice to see her kind of, Michael learning to stretch her acting legs, so to speak, in this episode, and really, have a lot of like she had a lot of scenes, right? And that was nice for a change. I really appreciated the writer, I believe, was one of the main writers. So was she not? So I'm not surprised this was a good episode. At least I thought it was.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, they teach about it. And so she decides not to take it there. She turns it down, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much the crest of the episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I was disappointed.
So let's go with our epilogue there. There were other peaks and valleys for our family during the remainder of the Depression. But it seems now that as if each teaching testing was a strengthening of our regard for each other. Our family's unity would not permit us to be defeated. Downed and struggling sometimes, but never defeated.
Another thing, another pet peeve I have with the end of that episode is, wouldn't Olivia have enough respect for the woman that hired her and was so generous with her pay and her offers, potential offers? Wouldn't she have gone with John Boy and gone in person to the shop and told her boss face to face, "I'm very sorry, but my family comes first, and I need to resign. I hate to do this to you, but that would have been Olivia. That's what the real Olivia would have done, right? Out of respect."
And it is implied she does that at some point.
Yeah, well, I just think it would have been nice if they tacked on a minute of that, but oh well.
Yeah. So let's start with Mikey. What's your rating?
Well, Gorilla, you already know that I voted for hearing more stuff from you at the beginning. But yeah, if I really had to rate the episode, I go with the people and go slightly above. I think that Abby Dalton's. When I examine Walton's episodes, I go by the characters that come to the episode and contribute what they do to it. And I think that both Mary Earl and Abby Dalton did have their own, because Earl's was a side story, wanting to stay on the mountain, but her son thinks that she can't because she's feels like she's senile or incapacitated. I didn't like that part of that, but I figured that Earl's character handled it well, by wanting to stay. But as for Abby Dalton, she did a great job, and I think it's her performance that carried it. See, initially I would have given this a C, but and a lot of people giving it like a C or a C plus. I probably would have gone ahead and given it a B minus just because of those two wonderful ladies' performances in the episode, and of course Olivia getting a lot more to do too. That meant a lot as well. So, but I did vote for you, Gorilla, though I have to admit.
All right, thank you. PvP, what's your vote?
I really like this episode. I think there's a lot of positive qualities in it that I've already talked about. I thought the lead actress gave a really solid performance. I liked the character. I thought, for once, because we often get like Muffin last week, we get these nefarious, nasty little characters, right? And for once, we got a really great character that had a heart of gold. Everything was positive. She had nothing but good intentions for Olivia and the Walton family. She was really wanting to just help out, give Olivia a job because of her talented sewing skills, and promoting her to going on a New York trip, or even running the shop eventually. So I really like that character, and I thought this is one of Olivia's best episodes because, let's face it, she doesn't get to do much in a lot of episodes. She's just baking pies or making coffee or washing the dishes or some mundane thing, right? And it's like Michael Learned is too good an actress to be wasting her in episode after episode like they sadly do a lot of the time. So I thought it was really great. She finally got a lot of good scenes to actually show her acting chops. So that was all good. The B story, with what's her name, Maud or whatever. I thought the B story was kind of weak. I mean, I know they're trying to make a point about kids putting their parents into retirement homes against their will, and I get that. I still thought it was basically, it was pretty much filler. The B story was pretty much filler. There wasn't really anything very important that happened there. So that.
I just wanted to ask a question of you there, PvP, and I guess also of Germ and Gorilla. I know I haven't seen a lot of these episodes I mean, I've been blessed with the ones you guys have allowed me to be here and be a part of it. But has there always been Waltons? Has in the 9 seasons they went? Has there always been the A story being woohoo, yeah, and then the B story be kind of a filler, or has there ever been a time where the B story actually stood out better than the original A story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there has been. Nothing comes to mind immediately.
There's been times where they've been equally poor and equally
where
good.
both A and B were great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a few. Yeah.
It can vary episode to episode for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
definitely.
I just want to finish my thoughts.
I'm so sorry, baby.
I really like this episode. Because honestly, I don't think Michael Lerner gets enough to do in a lot of episodes. She's just kind of in the background making pies or some shit, right? And it's like, she's such a good actress. When she gets a scene, she can really, dig into it and do a great job. So I really, really love that one of the writers finally gave her something to do that was outside of the family, outside of the house. I mean, out in the real world, out doing something. And I loved how I never knew she was that talented at being a seamstress. So that was a great thing I learned about Olivia in this episode. And I really appreciated that they went that deep into her character. And I liked the other the main character too. So I ended up giving this one an A-.
Okay.
All right.
GPVP, I didn't know you were such a feminist.
I'm not a feminist. I just think Livy's an interesting character that gets underutilized.
Yeah.
And I was nice to see her the center of an episode for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Gerald, how would you rate this episode? And welcome, Lizzie Armstrong.
Hello, Lizzie.
I was obviously not as generous as the two of you. The story was mundane. We knew where it was going the whole time. We got far too little of a B plot. The B plot was actually, to me, a little bit more substantial than the A plot, even though we got maybe 5 minutes of it.
At most,
but I wasn't really moved by either of the guest stars. It was just there. It's not the worst episode. It's not the best episode. I gave it a C-.
Okay.
Alrighty. And Lindsay says, thank you. Nice to see you. Well, nice to see you too. Seeing a new face in here. Now, Lindsay, once we wrap up, we're going to be promoting other people's channels. So if you do produce something, let us know so that we can promote you at the end of the episode here. But after me, this is a episode. Like, I'm giving it a C. Like, some parts I was just like, come on. But then you get scenes like with grandpa going into the grandmother going at the barn, or you had that great scene with Olivia and John on the thing there. Like, it's a good, like, okay, Olivia is trying to get out of her comfort zone. She's going to get a job to help support the family, but then get to the point where they didn't do John justice in this episode either, but it's just kind of like, okay, they could have taken a few scenes out and redid some of these other scenes here, expanded out there. I just think she's trying to promote Olivia way too fast there. Yeah, Olivia's getting her job, but no one gets offered a management position right away because she's a good seamstress doesn't mean she'd be good at running a store.
Right.
There. I just thought that was moving along way too fast. Especially after the second, like, basically she's only been there for 4 days and she's already getting offered a management position. Basically a franchisee partner job. Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll here, and we can all figure out which one won.
I bet Gorilla won again.
Well, since 3 out of the 4 of us said to it.
Well, let's see.
And Scurvy saying hi to Lizzie.
Yeah, thank you, Scurvy.
Oops, I don't want settings. I want present. Share screen.
Man.
And the winner of this week's poll is
Gorilla.
Here to hear stupid shit from Gorilla 77 and A+. This was there's no in between. Either people loved it and gave it an A+ to A-, or people are just here to hear the stupid shit that comes out of my mouth, like calling that one lady.
Yeah, it's almost like someone stuffing the ballots.
Yeah.
This is today. We're almost just a little earlier. It was almost Russian votes there. With it was at 86% of the vote voted for me. It's almost like I was being Putin there. Not quite as high as Kim Jong-un, who gets 98% of the votes there, but it's probably Putin level.
Well, yeah, you got to make it respectable. You don't gotta throw it in their face that you're cheating.
Yeah, and she's waving at Scurvy here. So, Lizzie, do you do anything here as we start promoting?
I can promote her right away. She just got started. She has 14 subscribers, but she does have one video. It's called a Water for Birds series, and she's showing some water with birds on it, some ducks and stuff. So it looks pretty good. I mean, for a good starter. A good starter channel. So I hope you don't mind, Lizzie. Let's
get her up to 15.
Channel. Yeah, let's get her to 15. I just did subscribe to her.
Yeah, I got her up to 15 there. She's not sure she's been here. Well, there were 9 votes. You can't blame just me.
she's up to 16 now because I also subscribed to her.
There you go. We'll get you up there. Just that's a good start for a video there. 314 views on a short. That's pretty good there.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, just learning devices. Cool YouTube. Have lots of pick. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I know Miss Martin uses knows how to turn the pictures into shorts.
Yeah, Lizzie, we'll get you those subscribers. We'll promote your channel if you keep coming to visit us.
Yeah, and thank you, Scurvy, for being here. And I know, thank you, FKHC 2005, for coming here. He has a couple videos on his channel. Make sure to check him out there. And thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions. He has his he has apparently had trimmer malfunction. He has his couple lawnmower videos, some puppy videos. He does the live streams, and then he has some Star Trek fan films. So make sure to check him out. Thank you, Sci-Fi Sittin, for coming. He has a Dark Knight to coming up here, Germ?
We have the time I was reincarnated as a slime coming up on his Alt World Sistan channel.
Oh, cool. Right. Yeah, that's.
Then he also has his sci-fi discussions, and then Dark Shadows or something on Wednesdays.
Dark Matter Wind.
Dark Matter
or Dark Wind. I don't know where I got Dark Shadows from.
And we only got about 2 weeks left on that Dark Matter.
Okay.
Dark Matter. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of my shorts off my phone, so yeah. I think my PC's down. Oh, that's a. Well, if you power it up, if you go to freethenet.org/underground and talk to a guy named LDG, he can probably help you with your computer stuff. He's a little eccentric, he's a little out there, but he's a good guy who can help you with any PC problems. He helped Mikey out. Out there, we can actually understand him now instead of roboting.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like talking to the Wizard of Oz. He's a weirdo, and you may be scared a bit, but he will get the job done.
Yeah. Well, just think 60s computer nerd who's done too much cocaine and LSD in his time.
Yeah, except for in his case, it's Twinkies and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. So yeah, here, sit there. Thank you, sit there, for putting the link in there. All right, Mikey, what do you got going on?
Okay. Well, first of all, I do want to once again thank everybody that came to the live stream last night for PvP. It's 67th birthday, or if you want to say 387th birthday, it's for a gorilla. I want to thank everyone for doing that. That was so fantastic. We got a lot of good likes from everybody, and it was a fun time. As far as our channel goes, not much going on. I'll be there for you definitely on Sunday night for Terminator Genesis, and Saturday and Sunday I'll be hopefully working with Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf on her podcast that she has at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Troy Pacelli of Last Call is trying to get me and a bunch of other gents who appreciate Star Trek and Star Wars fan films as well as Marvel and DC. So we're trying to get a Last Call with Troy Pacelli together for that. And let's see. Well, the only other thing I can think of is Larry's hoping to do his Avengers on Monday, and if he does that, PvP and I will help out on that. And then, of course, there's Cigar Lounge on Tuesday. And then, of course, next week I've got all my webcams I do Monday through Thursday at 12 noon straight up with Lunchtime with Mikey and Murdoch too. So, yeah, like I said, always expect the unexpected at Mikey's Who's For. And thank you for all the support. 250 subscribers we have, and we're just trying to get more. So thank you very much, everyone.
And not a problem. PvP?
Not a lot going on. Haven't uploaded anything in a while. Yeah, so not much happening in the channel. So probably don't need to keep this too long. Just doing some personal stuff that I got to catch up on, pay a few bills I need to pay, and nothing too interesting actually, guys. So I guess I'll just pass it on. I'll pass it on to Germ.
All right. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we'll be doing Camp Candy on Saturday morning cartoons, and on Monday for a Monday monster movie watch party is Godzilla Raids Again, and I don't know if I'll have it ready this week, but I will be having some type of streams on Wednesdays.
Oh, cool.
All right. Thank you. As for me, tomorrow, I'm wanting to do another Ashtray Republic here, but I don't think it'll be tonight, but I might do one tomorrow. No promises. There. Sunday, we'll have Terminator Genesis, then Dark Fate, and I got a special surprise for everybody in a couple weeks here. But then on Tuesday we'll have a Cigar Lounge. Thursday it'll be 4 more episodes of Night Court Watch Party. Then next week's episode I didn't even bother to look. I forgot to look.
It's the quilting.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 21, season 4. It's the quilting where Mary Ellen doesn't want to get into the quilting because she's of marrying age and grandma's pissed off. So
Wow.
We'll get to see grandma pissed off next week.
Grandma's pissed off again?
Yes.
Grandma's always
Mary
pissed
Ellen
off.
this time. And Mary Ellen this time. So
Grandpa gets a break from being the old fool for once.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
the quilting. That's what it's called, the quilting.
You know, that is like I mentioned about Olivia, though. The characters can get one-dimensional, and Grandma is basically 80% of the time she's pissed off, which is my one criticism. I love the Waltons, don't get me wrong, but some characters get locked into this repeating loop of their personalities. Does that make any sense?
Sort of.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's kind of like, a lot of the times, right? So
yeah.
Oh well.
So let's see. LDG was a conspiracy theorist, and she says quilting. Yes, is like having a sewing clique.
Like having a sewing clique.
Like quilting, similar to The Happening. All right, so with that, everyone have a good night. And remember to be a gorilla. And should we do roar of gratitude or united we roar?
Night.
Good night, everybody.